I'm having trouble saying it, but I'm a full-time content creator and I make $15,000 a month. If someone had made this video for me 10 years ago, I would probably be in a better place today. And when I say better place, I mean my audience would probably be much larger than it is today on YouTube. So I'm going to save you some trouble. We're going to talk about it. So let me reiterate when I say I am a full-time content creator and I make $15,000 a month through my content. This sounds really awkward to me. This sounds really inauthentic to me. This doesn't sound like what I am, because the truth of the matter is it feels inauthentic because I barely believe it myself. And the reason that I barely believe it myself is when I look at my audience size, I look at the fact that I have almost 5,000 followers on LinkedIn, and I am clawing my way up to those almost 5,000 by posting every single day on LinkedIn. I have a little over 200 followers on TikTok. I have 100 followers, or I think I'm up to 108 here on YouTube, and Instagram, I think I'm at like 162, 163. I think I'm actually losing followers on that platform, but there is nothing in the numbers that would ever indicate the financial success that I have had through my content. I want to go ahead and talk about it today so that I can help anyone who is pausing, laughing, or making themselves feel badly for their lack of followers. I'm going to express how I've seen success, how you can look at your content differently and see yourself in a different light. Because the truth is, the way that you see yourself and the image that you present to the world is what you're going to get back. And that is what you're going to get back in terms of the clients that you attract, the volume of business that you do, the success that you see, especially in these online places. Because we might not agree here, but there's a vibe. There's a vibe that you can pick up through this camera. If someone is not being themselves, you can see right through it on the internet. It is very, very transparent, just like it is in person. If you know somebody's being sneaky and sly, you pick up on it. It's a vibe, and that vibe can be picked up on the internet as well. Deep breath. And I think, I'm like, why am I so nervous making this video today? And I know it's because it just doesn't feel real in my heart. And I know why it doesn't feel real, because the definition that I have had of content leading up to this point has been based on followers and one channel marketing. And that's not me. I have produced content everywhere, all over the internet. In fact, most of the content, like the big deal content that I've provided to the world, has not actually been on own channels that I have. I blog for several different websites. I have guest spoken on many podcasts, and I've traveled to speak at conferences in my industry. So most of what I put out there is not stuff that I own. And I think that that is a big factor. So the fact that I make content for others through associations, through online marketing, through websites, through webinars, that doesn't make me any less of a content maker. That doesn't make the fact that I make that content less attractable to clients. In fact, sometimes the webinars that I do where I am a host and it is for an organization that isn't necessarily associated with me, drive the most business for me. They also drive the biggest increase in my personal brand. And it took me about a year to see this. And like I said, it still feels weird to me. It still feels like something I didn't expect. And I think it's something that's very, very real in the content industry. And so if I had heard this video 10 years ago, I probably would have just kept building my channel and then associated myself as somebody who makes content. Because the fact of the matter is, if you Google my name, it is page after page after page of information that I put out there with others, collaborating with others, being with others, talking with others, blogging for others. It just goes on and on and on and on and on. Why is this so awkward today? So if you are watching this video, the biggest challenge that I would have to you is broaden your definition of what content is. Content does not have to be on your channel for yourself. It can be for others. And like I said, that can build your brand just as much, if not more, than the content that you make for your own channel. I would also encourage you to sell your services and not ads. Ad revenue can go up and down. It is very dependent on the algorithm, which I almost never talk about here because I don't love the algorithm. Obviously, the algorithm doesn't like me if you look at my follower count. But make content and sell your services, not just ads. Sell what's in your head, because that cannot be replicated. What was in your head that you give other people is what can scale. Talk about your experiences, share your story, be the person that you are, teach others how to become what you have become. And I think that really is the lesson of the 2024 digital space and internet, is you are talking to someone who is just starting their journey, who hasn't been where you are. When I look today at where I am sitting here talking to a camera, talking to a red light, being awkward, but being my true self. And my day looks like something that I couldn't have even imagined. It was something I would have dreamed about years ago. And that is that I get up, I make content. Sometimes I make the content all on the weekends, and then during the week, I just take off. I then get my chores done for the day. Today, I'm going to do my accounting. I'm going to clean my house. And then you know what? I spend time fueling me. I am going to go to the pool today without my kids because they're in school. I am going to read a book. I am going to fuel the inside of me, because what I've realized over the years is that when you're making content, if it doesn't come from a place of deep satisfaction inside yourself, that content isn't going to sit well. That content isn't going to have the power. That content isn't going to vibe the way you want it to vibe. So I have designed my day. I've designed my business around being a content creator, which is what I am today, which is what I have dreamed of for years, which is what I didn't see myself as until I started to redefine what content really, really is. I challenge you, and I wish that I had seen this video 10 years before, because then I probably wouldn't have abandoned my channel and given up and considered myself unsuccessful, when the reality is the success is right there in front of me. Because if it weren't for my content, I wouldn't be invited to podcasts. I wouldn't be invited to speak. I wouldn't be getting the business that I've gotten so far. I wouldn't get the clients that I have. I wouldn't have the opportunities that I have, and I wouldn't have the friends that I have today in my industry. So keep going, keep challenging the status quo, and keep putting out your uniqueness into the world. And the success is going to come. It's going to come. Anyway, if you like this video, stick with me, subscribe. It always feels awkward to ask people to subscribe, but I know that it's something that I have to do because I do want to grow my audience and not be sitting here one day and saying, oh, I have under 100 subscribers, and yeah, I still make money, and I have to sit here and prove it to you. Because the reality is, people look at subscribers and think oh, she has a lot of subscribers, therefore she must be worth it. It's just a horrible, horrible metric, but it's a metric that I sort of have to give into a little bit, and that's the reality. I hope I can edit this video today, because I felt just off my kilter today, but I really have challenged myself to be making these videos and showing up for my audience and being there and being authentic and just really talking to anyone who's afraid to start, who is afraid to come out and say their piece, who is over 40 and doesn't feel good about themselves. It is yeah, this is going to be my content era. Okay, peace out. Bye, guys. Oh yeah, shoot, I gotta pose for the thumbnail. I am a content creator.